Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am on my way out to Overland Expo Mountain West. But before I get there, I am going to take in some sights. As you can see behind me, we are at Badlands National Park. And what I mean by we is just myself and Ray. Michelle's gonna be flying into Denver, so I'm gonna be picking her up there. But in the meantime, I got a couple days and we're gonna explore here in South Dakota. So come along with me. The Badlands was authorized as a national monument in 1929 by Congress, but President Roosevelt didn't establish it until 1939. In 1978, the monument was redesignated as a national park. Badlands National Park was originally a reservation for the Oglala Sioux Indians and spans the southern unit of the park. The area around the Stronghold Table was originally Sioux territory and is reserved as a ceremonial sacred site rather than a place to live. The peaks, gullies, buttes, and wide prairies of the Badlands can be challenging to cross, yet they have long attracted the interest and praise of travelers. I've been about the world a lot, and pretty much over our country, wrote architect Frank Lloyd Wright in 1935, but I was totally unprepared for the revelation called the Dakota Badlands. The Badlands are a place of extremes. Your travels here may produce conflicting responses. You may visit in summer and curse the heat and the violent lightning storms, yet be excited by the wildlife and wildflowers. You may come in winter, chilled by the cold and the winds that roar unhindered out of the north, and still marvel at the exquisite beauty of the moonlight glistening on the snow-dusted buttes. Whatever your feelings about the Badlands, you will not come away unaffected. After my visit to the Badlands National Park, I continued my trip west to see if I could find a little elevation where it would be cooler for a nice camp in the Black Hills. Just a short distance outside of Custer State Park, we found a great spot just off the main thoroughfare. So I backed into our spot, got leveled off, and began setting up our pop-up four-wheel camper. Well, as you can see behind me, we found a great spot here in the Black Hills National Forest. I've been wanting to get back to this area for years. We drive through, but we just generally don't stop. We don't camp. We've been out here some years ago and just absolutely fell in love with it. And I don't know why I don't spend more time out here. But anyway, it's off a fairly well-traveled road, but I don't think we'll see too much traffic. It was just a really great spot just outside of Custer that that's going to be really convenient for us for a launching point to continue our trip down to Denver. So as you can see, the camper's all set up. I am going to set up a chair, and I have a little bit of work I need to do, and we're just going to hang out. Well, it's starting to get, sun's starting to go down. I am in need of a hot shower. So I'm going to set up the shower, but I wanted to show you guys real quick what we did. So the back of the four-wheel camper is something new on the back. So we've had the hot tap for a long time. We really like this. It is a little bulky. It's maybe a little bit obsessive for some things for camping and overlanding, but we have the extra room on the back of the four-wheel camper. You can see it's just there. Now we've had the shower tent on this side over here for a long time. We've used it for showering, but getting out the hot tap, setting it all up, has been a little difficult. I don't want to say difficult. That's not really the word I want to use, but it's cumbersome. You know, that's the way it is. But putting it on the back, what that's done for me is, because the four-wheel camper right here is where the propane's at. And then I'll show you how I set it up, but it makes it a lot easier. I don't have to set this up. I just attach a few hoses, drop it in a bucket with water, and we've got a hot shower. So plus it's on the back of the four-wheel camper, so I've got a lot more storage room. So I just have a little small bag. It's like a front runner bag that's got all the hoses and everything in it. It actually has multiple hoses for different things, but mainly for the shower. But anyways, it did save us quite a little bit of room up in the storage box on the front. So I've really liked this setup so far, and it's just working out really well. Okay, so the hot tap's all hooked up. So what I do is I mean, obviously it's just in that little front runner bag. I've got all of our stuff for the shower. I just hook up the cold and hot lines. Hot runs over to the shower head, cold goes down to our water pump. And then I carry a 5-gallon bucket. And then I also carry this 5-gallon container. This 5-gallon container actually goes right down inside that 5-gallon bucket. And then I set it on the inside of the camper and strap it down. And that way we always have it with us. 5-gallon bucket works really good for near a lake or stream, and I can take the water out of it and bring it back to the camper because the hot water heater is not quite as mobile now. That and the shower tent is attached to the camper, so I want to bring the water back to the camper. The 5-gallon container really allows me to carry water from anywhere, so I can get it at a spigot or whatever, and then I can seal it up and take it with me. So if I'm in a place where I can get more water, then I can do that. Typically this is drinking water in this container. However, I'm going to be in town tomorrow, so I can get more water. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this as shower water. So that's how we do it. I'll drop the tent and take a really nice hot shower. And it only took just a couple minutes to set up. Oh, and the propane. So the propane is here.
and then it just goes down, and I just attach it to one of the bottles I leave open for the camper. So that's very, very convenient. I don't have to have a separate, or even pull the bottle out of the camper. So that works really well. For power, yeah, we didn't talk about that. So the power, so I can do it one of two ways. I can run it on the inside of the camper, but I'm trying to keep the camper closed because bugs and stuff. So I run it over to this. And then in the back, I just have a power source by Anchor. I'm actually charging a bunch of devices right now off of that Anchor, but I will just plug it into that, and then I'll have power to my pump. So, yep, very, very convenient. Definitely like this setup.
The Black Hills National Forest is located in southwestern South Dakota and northeastern Wyoming. The forest has an area of over 1.25 million acres. Predominantly ponderosa pine, the forest also includes hardwoods like aspen, bur oak, and birch. With over 30 campgrounds, 11 reservoirs well stocked for sport fishing, 450 miles of hiking, and hundreds of miles of equestrian trails, and over 5,000 miles of forest road systems, exploring using overland travel is ideal here in the Black Hills. Well, good morning. We broke camp this morning fairly early. Caught just a little bit of the sunrise, and we're back on the road. So we made a little trek through the Black Hills and just entered Wind Cave National Park. And just as soon as we came in on a dirt road off of the Black Hills, nice, just a huge buffalo standing and just grazing this morning all by himself. So beautiful morning. It's probably in the mid 60s, and the sun's starting to come up over the hills, and it is absolutely spectacular. So let's continue this drive through South Dakota. After the Civil War, the scorched earth policy had all but destroyed the buffalo population. By 1884, there were no more buffalo in the Black Hills. In total, between 1830 and 1885, soldiers, hunters, and settlers killed more than 40 million buffalo. By 1889, the total population of North American bison had been reduced to just 1,100 animals. Today, public bison herds can be found in South Dakota's Badlands National Park, Custer State Park, and Wind Cave National Park. Wind Cave National Park's mountains, hills, and prairies provide an ideal habitat for the park's herd of American bison, along with other wildlife such as white-tailed and mule deer, prairie dogs, pronghorn antelope, elk, mountain goats, and bighorn sheep.